off with Man of Steel in particular, which was a guy who had found his place, or trying to find his place. That is a place where I'd like to travel from with the character. Him exploring the positivity of who he is.
It's been a difficult time to be a Superman fan over the last few years. From the Justice League debacle and his headless cameo in Shazam, it's fair to say that Superman deserves better on the big screen. But earlier this year, Deadline reported that Henry Cavill will return for multiple DC movies over the next few years, once he's finished killing monsters in The Witcher Season 2 anyway. But which are the most likely movies Cavill's Man of Steel could return for? Shazam 2. The most likely option seems like Shazam 2, which was originally slated to start filming this year. But like many other productions, a little global situation got in the way of Billy Batson's return. Shazam director David S. Sandberg revealed that he's been working on the script for the sequel, and its release date has since been pushed back to November 2022. But that makes it a prime candidate for an appearance from Henry Cavill. Fans will remember Superman briefly appeared in Shazam at the end as a surprise for Billy's friend Freddy. Unfortunately, plans fell through for this cameo. This is why the film used a body double and cut his head off. Originally, the scene saw Freddy fangirl over seeing one of his favorite heroes in the cafeteria, telling the Kryptonian he has so many questions. But now the release date has been pushed back, and while the star renegotiates his Warner Brothers contract, hopefully this means they can work out a way of making up for the cameo. After all, the star will be heading back to film The Witcher's second season this August, so hopefully he can work something out with the studio. But what should it entail? Of course, it'd be fun to see Freddy finally get the chance to speak to Superman on screen, but we'd be lying if we said that we didn't want a full team-up from Shazam and Superman. Maybe Kal-El's appearance is what catches Black Adam's attention to Billy Batson and the Shazam family. It'd be criminal not to see Zachary Levi and Dwayne Johnson face off in the future, after all. Man of Steel 2. Before we look at the potential second film, why isn't Henry Cavill getting a Man of Steel 2, we hear you cry? Well, as reported back in June, Man of Steel 2 isn't even an active writing assignment. Plus, J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot recently signed a $500 million deal with Warner Brothers to create new shows, movies, and games with its properties. Insiders explained to us that the director might want to helm his own Superman film and control who he casts. So for now, no Man of Steel 2. The Flash. The Scarlet Speedster solo film is quickly becoming one of the most anticipated DC films for comic book fans. And after the recent news that Michael Keaton is in talks to appear in the film to reprise his role as Batman, the excitement hit a fever pitch. With The Flash taking its cues from the Flashpoint storyline, there's a whole load of multiversal madness on the way as Barry Allen accidentally changes the timeline to try to save his mother. And although the film won't include the Amazon/Atlantean War, it opens up a perfect spot to include Henry Cavill Superman in some capacity. After all, The Flash arrived in the DCEU during Batman v Superman. It would be sort of poetic if his solo film included both heroes too. But circular narratives aside, the Flashpoint storyline does feature a vastly different Kal-El. In that timeline, Superman was found by the government and kept prisoner. Because of his isolation, he found it difficult to form friendships. We don't see Warner Brothers hiring Henry Cavill to play a reclusive version of the hero, but there's definitely a world in which we see a darker Superman in live action. Maybe not as dark as the Nightmare timeline Superman, but who knows? Flashpoint definitely allows IT director Andy Muschietti and the writers behind the film to include some crazy concepts. Alternatively, if Warner Brothers and Henry Cavill decide to part ways for whatever reason, The Flash would be an easy way of wiping the slate clean and resetting the role for someone else. The star's recent comments when speaking to Variety noted that there's been plenty of internet speculation about his return to the DCEU, and not all of it has been accurate. But he did express his gratitude to those fans eager to see him return, explaining that all the discussion clearly means that they want to see him in the cape and tights once more. It's when you see people stating stuff as fact, like, no, that's not the case, that hasn't happened, and that conversation isn't happening. But the important thing is that people are excited about it, and I think it's important to be excited about a character like Superman. Superman is a fantastic character. If people are chatting about it, and even if they're making stuff up, it's okay, because that means that they want to see the character again. And in an ideal world, I would absolutely love to play the character again. Admittedly, Cavill saying "in an ideal world" doesn't exactly sound positive, but we definitely love to see him return to Clark Kent once again. The star later explained that people will know the truth at some point in the future, so it's obviously a waiting game for now. While the DC films he's appeared in so far have been divisive among fans and critics, there's no denying he played a near-perfect version of the iconic hero. But while we wait for more news on Henry Cavill's Superman return to the DCEU, tell us in the comments which film you most want to see him appear in. Do you think it should be Shazam, The Flash, or something else entirely? Make sure to keep an eye on Heroic Hollywood for all the latest entertainment news. Subscribe to the channel and check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.